views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Hola everyone, and welcome to Open, the one and only show bringing the best of the Bronx, New York, and the world straight to you. I'm Rhina Valentin, your host of Café con Leche every Friday. Here's what's coming up in today's show. Leading things off, we'll celebrate Puerto Rican culture with Teatro SEA as the theater company celebrates the 5th edition of Arte pa mi Gente, Arts for All Festival. Then we'll give you a sneak peek of this year's International Mr. Organization competition contestants. And later on in the show, Bobby C brings us up to date with the latest headlines in the world of sports. And finally, this week's Open Artist Spotlight features worldwide champion tango performers and instructors Paloma y Maximiliano, a ballroom couple bringing the passion through dance that you don't want to miss. So sit back y prepárate. All this and more is headed your way because now we are officially open. Welcome back to Open, everyone. I'm Rhina Valentin, your host of Café con Leche for the next hour. Always inviting you to get social with us online, that is. Tweet us and follow us on Instagram and at BronxNet TV and or like us on Facebook at Open BronxNet Television. And of course, don't forget, while you're there, follow moi on Twitter, FB, Instagram, Insta Stories, LinkedIn, and Snapchat at Rhina Valentin. As the Café con Leche herself, in this new weekly segment, we're visiting trendy spots for you to visit and sip on Café con Leche. Our BronxNet crew is live from Motley Kitchen to tell us all about the tasty pastries, coffee, and upcoming events. Take it away, Jericho.
Good morning, Rena. If you are in the Mott Haven section of the Bronx looking for coffee and fresh baked pastries, look no further than Motley Kitchen. I'm here with executive chef and owner Kat Creech and executive owner and founder of Boogie Down Books, Rebecca Shove. So, Kat, can you tell me a little bit about Motley Kitchen?
Yeah, so Motley Kitchen started as a catering business, and after living in the neighborhood, it recognized a need for space for people to come and just meet and eat and drink great coffee and just a space for the community. So we started this build-out process where we built it kind of from scratch and now have this space that was once vacant for 10 years where it's really become like a gathering space for people who live here, people who work here, and people who are just visiting. One of the things that's been really awesome and surprising to see is that our top selling item on the menu since we first opened has been our Green Goddess Bowl. So it is this huge bowl of like greens, but then it has like farro and feta and crunchy chickpeas, pistachios, and then we make our own homemade buttermilk Green Goddess dressing, which has like a ton of herbs in it and lemon. So it's super fresh. It has avocado in it. It's filling. And people are in Mott Haven in the South Bronx are coming, they're just like eating tons of salads and they're asking for vegan items. So we've been trying to kind of branch out and do more vegan offerings and do like a lot of things focused on vegetables to just like have this like colorful array and like a selection that's a little bit different than other things that are offered in the neighborhood.
So the community doesn't just come here for coffee, they also come here to read as well. Rebecca, can you tell me about your collaboration with Kat?
Sure. So Boogie Down Books is a bookstore without walls for kids, teens, families, and educators in the Bronx and beyond. So we partner with different businesses and organizations and schools to bring the things that you would find in an independent children's bookstore to different places throughout the community. Motley Kitchen is our first and in some ways best partner. It has been such a pleasure to collaborate with Kat and the whole team here. We launched here in April of 2018 with a small pop-up bookshop that has grown, as well as weekly story time. So we now have still the weekly story time, a little bit of a larger pop-up bookshop. Our online customers can pick up their orders here. We have a monthly book club for teens and grown-ups and other special events too for the community.
And do you have any other community events that you have here at Motley Kitchen?
So we have some things in the works. One of the things that Rebecca did mention, we have a poetry slam coming up. We also have a DJ that's scheduled to come on August 31st. And then we also have hopes to do a community CSA pickup here on Saturday mornings with New York Common Pantry. So we only need 30 people to sign up in order to make that a reality where we can get a CSA started for pickup here. So those are some things that we're really excited about.
So how did you come up with the name Motley Kitchen?
Motley Kitchen was named after the neighborhood, which is Mott Haven. And when we built this space, we knew we were going to be doing so many other things other than just catering. So we're doing catering events. We rent the space out for private parties and other gatherings. We do our cafe, so breakfast and lunch. And then we have hopes and dreams to create a green roof on the rooftop. So we just knew we would be doing this diverse selection of just like different types of business and events, and thought that it was a good reflection of the diversity of the neighborhood as well.
So you guys have a lot more than just coffee and books. You also have fresh baked pastries. Can you show me your fresh baked pastry that we have here?
This is what we call the best chocolate chip cookie in the entire world. It's a brown butter chocolate chip cookie with 4 different types of chocolate and sea salt. And this is our monster variety. We also have a mini variety, but it's been our top selling pastry item since we opened.
Okay, I think we're all gonna try this cookie, all right? Rebecca, you gonna get in on this?
This is the best part, the goo.
So, is this what people come here for?
That and salads.
That and the salad? You guys also have burgers, I see, or the breakfast sandwiches.
The breakfast sandwiches are really popular. They're really runny and messy. And we do a chicken sandwich and a steak sandwich.
All right, Rhina, we are over here enjoying this pastry. What are you eating over there?
Well, I'm actually eating the
This is actually really good.
the savory herb and chicken cheese biscuit. The
This is,
savory
like, amazing.
herb and cheese biscuit. I wish I was eating the chocolate chip cookie though. Thank you, Jericho, and thank you, Motley Kitchen, for hosting us this morning. The Dominican Film Festival in New York held a press conference and reception for its upcoming 8th annual festival. Reporter Sanji has the story. Let's take a look.
The 8th Annual Dominican Film Festival, organized by Cine Art Entertainment Productions, celebrates the best in Dominican cinema with a goal to enrich the artistic experience of New York's diverse cultural audience.
I think it was time to make a Dominican Film Festival while the Dominican Republic is growing, the film industry is growing. We do panels, master classes, workshops, talk, conversation, and I usually bring like this. Now, in this edition, we have 68 Dominican actor, producer, and director from the Dominican Republic, and we have like 45 from here, from the diaspora.
I think that supporting the arts, supporting artists, supporting people like Armando, who dared to dream of something when it was not here, is the way that we can continue to uplift our community, to empower, so that we're not remembered. Remember, to honor someone who has passed is not good enough. To say that we're here to stay and that we have talent that overruns is why we're here.
Through its mission, the Dominican Film Festival continues to promote the new generation of filmmakers by showcasing the storytellers of today, shaping the growing influence of DR in film. Every filmmaker brings a different plot and genre while keeping the influence of Dominican culture alive.
The movie is about a Catholic priest that is trapped in a closet, and the whole movie happens inside a closet. This one is the only Dominican movie. Even I think is one of the few or the rarest in Latin America that only has one actor.
I was born in 204 Street right here in Sherman. The area is changing, so I wrote this piece to raise awareness on gentrification.
My film is D-Train, and D-Train explores the loneliness in a big city, culture shock, and what is to be lonely.
The film festival also holds panels such as Dominican filmmakers in the diaspora, A Different Point of View, and Dominicans in Hollywood, keeping the discussion open and ongoing as it pertains to the growing Dominican film industry.
Dominican film is growing every day. It's getting better and better. That makes our Dominican cinema something that the whole world could know. We're going to try to do movies that the whole world can understand our culture, but they can understand what's going on in the film industry in Dominican Republic.
This year, the Dominican Film Festival has 71 films to screen in 5 different venues from July 23rd to July 28th. To find out more information, read about all the films, and purchase tickets, visit DominicanFestival.com. Reporting for BronxNet, Sanji Lopez.
Thank you, Sanji. All right, the Dominican Film Festival is taking place throughout this entire weekend. Closing night is July 28th. And for more information on film screenings, please visit DominicanFilmFestival.com. We have to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll hear about a festival celebrating Puerto Rican culture. Don't go anywhere.
We are neighbors and best friends.
I love my sister.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Our family is no less than any other family.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown, and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, welcome back to Open, everyone, in collaboration with the Clemente Soto Vélez and Teatro SEA. They're going to be hosting the 5th edition of Arte pa' mi Gente, Arts for All Festival. This year's theme is Noche Plena, a celebration of Puerto Rican plena, and it'll feature film, food, live music, and theater productions. And joining us to tell us more about the event, we welcome Teatro SEA Associate Marketing Director Nicole Morales, along with participating performers from Plenopera del Empache Opera, Samuel Garcia y Zuli Ralat. I said that right?
Yes.
That was a bit of a tongue twister.
It's like me.
Yeah, you're going to have to give me some opera warm-ups. Pero Plenopera. Well, we're going to talk about that in a minute, but welcome back, Nicole.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
And thank you for being here. Thank you for the wonderful work that Teatro SEA puts together. I mean, I think it's so important for us to continue honoring our culture, but by the same token, innovating it too, right? So let's talk a little bit about how this one came into fruition.
Yeah, absolutely. So Arte pa' mi Gente is a festival that we do. We work in conjunction with Le Clemente Soto Vélez building, and we host it. It's an outdoor free community festival. This year it's 3 days from August 2nd to 4th, and each night will feature artisanal vendors, food, refreshments. We'll also have Plenopera del Empache with Sue and Samuel, and we'll also have a documentary double feature which will highlight plena culture. One is presented by Centro for Puerto Rican Studies from Hunter College, and the other by Tito Matos, and which he will also be coming from Puerto Rico to perform, along with, it's going to be Tito Matos en la Máquina en Sulal, along with Los Pleneros de la 21 and Danza Fiesta. So we're going to be celebrating plena, Puerto Rican culture, and the different intersections within the Latin identities in New York.
That's wonderful. And, you know, when we're done meeting, after we get to meet the Plenoperas, I just love the word. We're going to talk a little bit about what it takes to make this all free, because that's a big deal, the fact that the event itself is free. But I want to get to know you guys. First of all, I don't think I've ever heard of plenopera.
Plenopera.
Right? So plena in opera.
Exactly. This is exactly, because what we do is we take the structure of the opera, but we add, instead of opera, we sing plena, or we sing using the plena as a music. So, and plena, for those that don't know plena is we have that the
Puerto Rican.
It's a Puerto Rican kind of street journalism. So the idea is that everything what happened in Puerto Rico is sung through the plena. It's a part of the culture of Puerto Rico.
Right, that's like Radio Bemba.
Exactly. Exactly.
Exactly. And it's always good to point out that the play was written by Santiago Lavandero in 1973. And is one of the very important figures of theater in Puerto Rico. And with this performance, it's an honor, it's an homage to him. And obviously, we need to give this to our future generations. So that's why we're doing it.
No, it's important. It's important. And of course, the fact that I've never heard of plenopera, I'm super excited about it. And when you say you do it in opera presentation, are we referring to like the painting of the face and everything as well?
Yeah, I mean, this is a kind of, it's a very colorful in terms of cultural content, because, I mean, there's 45 minutes of knowing the culture of Puerto Rico through the plena. So we'll be singing during the whole show, knowing a little bit different kind of plena, the instruments that are played in the plena.
Right, which are the pandereta, right?
Los panderos.
There are three kinds.
Okay.
But we won't give you more details. You have to go.
Surprise!
Yes.
All right, but can we have a little taste of plena?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
So one of the examples, for instance.
Exactly. In the beginning of the show, we explain a little bit about plena. So we say, that, for example, everything is sung in Puerto Rico. So, for example, if the bishop comes to Puerto Rico, we will start to sing.
Mamita, llegó el obispo de Roma. Mamita, si tú lo vieras, qué cosa linda, qué cosa mona.
And there's something happening in the street, and there was a fight between two worlds, and we start singing.
Cortaron Elena, cortaron Elena, cortaron Elena y se la llevaron para el hospital.
And then the torment comes to the island. So what we do? We start singing.
Temporal, temporal, allá viene el temporal, 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 allá viene el temporal. ¿Qué será de Piborinque cuando llegue el temporal? ¿Qué será de Puerto Rico cuando llegue el temporal?
And the whole show goes through singing all what happened in Puerto Rico.
Oh my gosh, I just want to get up and dance. The beauty of the way we do communicate is through music and festivity. Regardless of the circumstances.
Yes, yes, we use that. Exactly. We actually use it to tell and teach and communicate everything that is happening. And that what is so powerful about our country.
Yes,
exactly.
Yes, we made an example.
Exactly.
Oh,
so,
yes.
I know the festival is taking place throughout the August 2nd and August 3rd,
and August 4th.
And August 1st. Yeah. So, when are you guys going to be performing, and what are the time slots?
The 3 nights.
Oh, you're going to be every single night?
Yes.
Great, that's wonderful.
At 7 p.m.
7 p.m.?
Yes.
7 p.m.
All right. Oh, lovely. I see this day, you see it that day.
Exactly. Doors are open at 6:30. Yep. At 7 we go on, and then we finish at 7:45, and then at 8 we have our musical guests every single night, and then you have all the vendors and all the artists that are going to be there.
And it's kid-friendly, I just want to mention.
Yes.
We invite
any and all to come.
And so, Nicole, what time does the entire festival begin throughout the day?
At 6:30, with the exception of Saturday, which will start at 3. Saturday is the only portion that will be indoors from 3 to 6. We'll have our double feature films being showcased.
And what are these films?
So the first film is is Plena's work, Plena's Song, which is presented by Centro for Puerto Rican Studies. And that is a film that showcases the origins, history, and use of Plena. It's a really, really beautiful film that they got from their archives and we're really lucky to present. The other one is Tito Matos Los Plenazos Callejeros, which tells the story of Plena as it's evolved to today's form, kind of taken to the streets as we were discussing, which I think is an exceptional film, and we're really lucky to have that.
Are they
as
both
well.
shorts or are they features?
They're both about an hour long, I would say.
Okay, so they can see one and or
Absolutely.
the
So
other.
we've been
Or
playing
both.
them back to back.
Right, and then it's going to be in the afternoon.
Exactly.
So they're matinees.
Yes.
Yes. Lovely. This is
Yeah.
lovely. So what I did want to ask before we go is how is Teatro SEA able to make this free to the public?
We're really lucky that we have a lot of support from our New York City Council members. We really like to give thanks to them and our sponsors for making this happen. Each year, we really strive to not only have ticketed events that we have throughout the year with our theater productions in our regular season, but we also want to make the arts accessible for all. And that is how Arte Pa' Mi Gente was started, so that our community can celebrate ourselves, but as well as integrate the different cultures and invite others to watch and make it free.
Beautiful. I love it. And preserve our history.
Absolutely.
Thank you. And thank you for always bringing it here to our audience. Nicole, Sue, Sam, I'm looking forward to doing a little Plena with you next weekend. Bravo. You guys, if you want to be part of Arte Pa' Mi Gente, the festival that's taking place August 1st through the 4th. And that's happening at Clemente Soto Velez building located at 114 Norfolk Street. And if you're interested in more information, you can visit teatrosea.org. And by the way, for those who have been following the Puerto Rican protests, Ricardo Rosselló has publicly resigned, but the resignation will officially go into effect August 2nd. Victory to the Puerto Rican people of the island and the diaspora. Well done. All right, we have to take a quick break, but when we return, we'll sit down with some contestants from this year's 2019 Mr. Organization competition. You don't want to miss that. Don't go anywhere.
Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant. Behold the angry giant. It only takes a moment to make a moment. Take time to be a dad today.
Patriotism. It inspires passionate debate. It's worn like a badge of honor with good reason, because it means love and devotion for one's country. But what really makes up this country of ours? It's the people. To love America is to love all Americans. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, sexuality, disability, race, religion, and other labels. Because love has no labels.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
Welcome back to Open, everyone. Don't forget to get social with us. That's right. Tweet us at BronxNet TV. And while you're there, tweet me too at Rhina Valentin. So every year, the Mr. Organization competition gives young men looking to be a part of the entertainment industry a platform to showcase their talents and participate in several events that include seminars, photo shoots, press presentations, and a final gala where one person will be crowned the 2019 Mr. And joining us to tell us more, we welcome representing USA, Emil Lopez. Representing Netherlands, we have, who do we have representing Netherlands? We don't, it's Mike Peak, yes. And then from Belgium, we have Tihu Morsha. And yes? Mortier. I knew I'm like, I'm gonna get it right. And then from India, we have Mohit Sharma. Yes? Yeah. I got that one right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love it though. You know, this is the beauty of being in New York, right? Yeah. We have all these international, fabulous looking men, I might say. This is a very, very, very challenging competition for anyone who's even watching. So welcome to our set. And well, we're going to start with you, Mr. USA. How has your experience been with the Mr. and how did you learn about it?
Yeah, I actually got invited to their final gala 2 years ago, so 2017, where I met some of the participants at the time. And since then, I've just been following the growth of the company. And I knew I wanted to be a participant, so I contacted some of the coordinators, and here we are. They invited me in, and been having a great time.
I'm going to try and make sure I acknowledge you by names as well, and get the names right. And so, welcome, and good for you. And Chris, that's you?
No.
No, who's Chris?
We don't have Chris.
Chris is not here. Oh, sorry. Tihu.
Yes.
That's you. Yes, Mr. Belgium.
Yeah, my national director asked me, I did one previous pageant, and my national director asked me, like, do you want to go to New York? And I was like, very excited. So, yeah, I was looking forward a lot to this pageant, and meeting guys from all over the world is just amazing. And being here in New York is...
How has that process been for you coming from over there? Like, in other words, I don't know what the process is from the international, I guess, qualifications. How does that work?
Oh yeah, so I guess because of we did nice on our previous pageant, that's the reason my national director believes in us, and that's the reason he sent us here. So otherwise we won't be here. So
that's lovely. That's lovely. So Mr. India is Mohit. Yes. I got that right. Yes. Are you hailing all the way from India?
Yeah, I am.
Lovely. Yeah. So how has that process been for you? Let's talk about your, I guess, qualification.
It's kind of similar with the Mr. Belgium. So, you know, it's been many years I've been to fashion and modeling. I've been doing runways and shows from almost like 5 years now, and been into pageants last year also. I was in Miami last year for my pageant. So I did good well. So my director also asked me if I would want to part of this. I said, why not? You know, coming to New York, seeing Times Square, Brooklyn Bridge is one of the dream come true. So I said, yeah.
This is your first time coming to New York?
New York, yes, first.
Yes, that's so interesting. He's like, oh, walking through the Brooklyn Bridge.
It's totally amazing.
No, it's just funny, us New Yorkers, the things we take for granted, because it's part of our everyday, so that's lovely to see because your excitement.
We Indians, we love Hollywood movies, you know, we love Marvels, and, you know, we've been seeing so many movies of Marvels, and, you know, Brooklyn Bridge, Times Square, so it's always a dream to come and, you know, take a photo there, so it was for me a dream come true, and then meeting so many lovely people around the world, getting to know each other along is a great feeling.
That's wonderful. Mike.
Yes.
Yes, Mike from Netherlands.
Yes.
And for you?
For me, it's like a little like the same as Tigo, because we have the same national director. He's from Belgium, but he's also doing the Netherlands. And I did previous pageants before, so I did too. So I'm really into the pageants, and after the last pageant I was working with the national director, and he asked me to be a model and talent scout for the pageant. So I said it will be lovely, I will see it from another side than being on the field and going after, so behind the scenes. And yeah, the opportunity came that we can go to the United States, and yeah, we thought about it, and yeah, we discussed with each other because I and Belgium are really good friends, And that's the reason that we said, yeah, we're definitely gonna do it. And we took the plane and now we're here.
I'm always excited when it's the Mr. Organization time competition, right? We've been supporting the Mr. Organization for, I think, since the beginning of the pageant. And the fact that it's a male pageant and the fact that aside from being very visually stimulating, look, you're all blushing. I love it. But there's also this other factor in your occupations, assisting you with your career. So it's not just about a pageant. And most of the time, people focus on female pageants. So what's the experience been for you thus far?
It's been great. We met with a couple of partners. We have the La Casita del Libro. For English speakers, it's the House of Books, rather. And we're partnered with them, so it's a great opportunity. We're gonna donate books to them, and just the people that we're meeting and the connections, it's been great. And
so, okay, so we already talked about the Brooklyn Bridge experience. You all marched across the Brooklyn Bridge. I wish I could have been there. And so now we're talking about serving the community with books. Mm-hmm. And what else have you done?
Ground Zero. We visited Ground Zero, the vessel.
Ground Zero, you visited Ground Zero.
The vessel too.
The vessel, yeah. The vessel,
so
yeah.
A city tour. We went for 2 days city tour. We've been around the New York, taking pictures, putting posts up on New York.
We've essentially been doing tours of the city, getting these guys acclimated. I'm from New York.
How many of you are there all together?
12 competing.
There's 12 competing, and they're all from different parts of the world.
Yeah.
And the objective in becoming the Mr. is to do what? And be what? Represent what?
Represent the organization, the Mr. Be the face of the organization, work with them.
That I'm aware of, but from your own personal perspective.
Yeah, everyone has their own agenda, essentially, and their own platform. Some of these guys are really into health and promoting that, working with kids.
What are you into?
Personally, I just graduated from John Jay over in the city. I graduated with a major in counseling and criminal justice. So what I want to do is get into police force, work with kids, get into schools as well, do counseling for them, and just kind of uplift the youth.
Awesome. Tijo.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people think like pageants is all about the looks or all about the best body, but that's not true, because being a Mr. is you have to stay humble all the time and stay kind to everybody, and you have to be like an example for other people, and that's what a Mr. has to be for me.
Yeah. I like that. That's lovely, coming from a gentleman. Mohit?
Yeah, so if I'll tell my personal experience, I would like to take back something from my country, because India is a very huge country, and we are really huge. So I would like to go and help people with the nutrition, health and fitness, because I'm into that business already. So I would, if I win this competition, I can, whatever I get, I'm going to work with my people over there so that I can help and do something really better for the country.
Beautiful.
Especially the people who seek this health and nutrition needs.
So you basically say it would be a great platform for you to advocate health, consciousness.
Consciousness, definitely.
Awesome, that's wonderful. And Mike?
Yes. Yeah, I think people think about pageants that it's exactly what you said about the looks, but for me it's like people dream about things. And some people dream about being a model, some people dreaming about being a professional soccer player, or all those kind of things. For me it's like when I was a little kid and I grew up like an age of 14, 15, I was dreaming like to be a model. And I'm not gonna say that it's my dream right now, but I always believe that my dreams came true if I work hard for it. And that's why I'm gonna say that I'm a dream chaser. But and that's always what I want to show to all the others, that no matter what, no matter which place you came from, or which culture, or which religion, or skin color you have, believe in your own things and believe in your faith and your culture and religion, and to keep chasing your dreams.
Right. Be authentic to yourself and never stop dreaming. Thank you all for being here with us on our set, sharing your thoughts with our viewers. Good luck to all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and you guys, for more information on the Mr. Organization, be sure to visit Mr.org. Stay tuned, because Bobby C's Weekly Sports Roundup is coming up next. Don't go anywhere.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with Dachshund Reading.
No.
Let me try. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out words.
Playing world music.
What?
I give up.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
We begin our look at sports on the big baseball diamond in the Bronx. The Pinstripers return to the BX Thursday night and welcome their longtime rival, the Boston Red Sox. Although the Yankees have had their number so far this season, last night was an entirely different story. The Red Sox dismantled the Yanks 19-3. Ouch. Xander Bogaerts hit a 3-run homer in a 7-run first inning, then added a solo shot in the 8th as Boston put on an historic pounding of the AL East leading Yankees on Thursday night in the opener of their 4-game series. Few good things for the Bombers this past week, and of course, a few not so good things like last night. Let's go back to the good stuff, shall we? If Tuesday's game between the AL East leading Yanks and AL Central leading Minnesota Twins was a true playoff preview, October can't get here fast enough. After a 6-run comeback, 4 blown saves, and a half a dozen lead changes, it was Aaron Hicks soaring through the air and catching a would-be game winner from Max Kepler that gave the Yankees a 10-inning, 14-12 win. Hicks's absurd game-saving catch highlighted what should be considered the game of the year. With the bases loaded in the bottom of the 10th inning and the Twins looking for a walk-off, Kepler launched a fly ball to the left center field warning track that would have almost certainly scored all 3 base runners if Hicks missed his diving catch. He did not. Hang a star on that one, folks. Back to the bad. New York Yankees all-star catcher Gary Sanchez has gone on the injured list for the 2nd time this season, a day after straining his left groin. That happened in Minnie in that same game. Sanchez was hurt when he stepped on first base. While grounding out in the 8th inning, he was replaced by Austin Romine, who will now get a majority of the starts in his absence. Yanks also lost Brett Gardner to the DL this week, knee inflammation, and made an announcement Thursday that Troy Tulowitzki is hanging them up. Open quote, "For as long as I can remember, my dream was to compete at the highest level as a Major League Baseball player, to wear a big league uniform and play hard for my teammates and the fans," close quote, Tulowitzki said in a statement. "I will forever be grateful for every day that I've had to live out my dream. It has been an absolute honor. I will always look back with tremendous gratitude for having the privilege of playing as long as I did. There is no way to truly express my gratitude to the fans of Colorado, Toronto, and New York. They always made me feel and my family feel welcome." The 34-year-old played just 5 games this season, and his first in pinstripes, before suffering a strained left calf on April 3rd. He was bound for Cooperstown earlier in his career, but injuries robbed him of his greatness. He homered in his first Yankee spring training affair. That was a nice highlight for him in pinstripes. As for the Yanks in Boston, the season series finally made its way to Beantown for the first time as the bitter rivals kicked off their 4-game set at Fenway Park on Thursday. The July 25th meeting marked the latest the teams have faced off in Boston for the first time in a season since the strike short in 1981 campaign, when it took until mid-September. Unlike that year when the club split their 6 contests, this season series has been decidedly one-sided, with New York having won 6 of the first 8 games. With a rare early lead, the Mets ace shined in a 4-0 win over San Diego Thursday afternoon. Jacob deGrom pitched 7 innings of 4-hit ball while getting a rare bit of first-inning run support, and the New York Mets beat the Padres. The Amazons begin a new home series this weekend in Queens. They welcome Pittsburgh to Citi Field. Saturday is a night game in Flushing. Speaking of nice highlights for a New York City baseball team, the Mets received 3 home runs from Robinson Cano in the Padres series. Cano blasted 3 dingers in Tuesday night's 5-2 win. He accounted for all 5 runs, hitting a solo homer in the 4th, a 2-run homer in the 6th, and another 2-run jack in the 7th. More bad news, though, for former Mets ace Stock Gooden, Gooden was arrested again in New Jersey on Monday night, this time on charges of driving while intoxicated. Gooden was pulled over after driving the wrong way down a one-way road. Newark police said it was the second time he has been arrested in as many months. Time for some quick hitters from around the world of sports. Baltimore Orioles Stevie Wilkerson was shocked to learn he had just become the first position player in Major League history to earn a save. That was last night. The Orioles center fielder certainly couldn't believe he had done it by throwing a perfect 16th inning way past midnight with a bunch of lobs that never topped 56 miles per hour. Wilkerson's singular performance as the Orioles' 10th pitcher was only the final flourish on a 6-hour, 19-minute epic game that might just be, what Baltimore has been looking for this whole season. Another memorable ball game from this week. The Lakers reportedly felt they got played in their Kawhi Leonard pursuit. Leonard waited a week into free agency as many other potential Laker fallback signings went elsewhere before committing to the neighboring LA Clippers. But Leonard also said he was very close, really close, to signing with the Lakers or the Toronto Raptors. According to a Yahoo Sports report, Leonard would have likely chosen the Lakers if the Clippers hadn't found a way to pull off the blockbuster trade for Paul George, league sources told Yahoo. In other NBA news, the #1 pick in June's NBA draft, Zion Williamson, is widely regarded as the most coveted endorser to enter the NBA in years, arguably since LeBron James in 2003. During his All-American freshman season at Duke last year, Williamson suffered a late-season right knee sprain after his Nike sneaker ripped apart as he planted his left foot in a game against North Carolina. But that didn't keep him from signing with a branch of the brand in Brand Jordan this past week. The New Orleans Pelicans forward shoe deal with Jordan Brand is the largest ever for an NBA rookie in terms of annual pay. The Portland Trail Blazers have agreed to sign 6-time All-Star free agent Pau Gasol. ESPN reported Wednesday Gasol will sign a one-year, $2.6 million deal to join a Blazers team coming off a postseason run to the Western Conference Finals. Gasol, who turned 39 earlier this month, is coming off the worst season of his 18-year NBA career. Boston Celtics are keeping one of the more polarizing players of the Las Vegas Summer League on their roster. On Thursday, the Celtics announced that the team was signing 4 players to contracts, including center Taco Fall. 5 games for the Celtics Summer League team. Fall put together averages of 7.2 points, 4 rebounds, and 1.4 blocks while shooting a mind-numbing 77.3% from the field. Taco Fall, best name in the NBA. NFL training camps open this week on Wednesday, the first day of the New York Giants 2019 training camp. Eli Manning stood behind the podium, smiling often and shrugging plenty. He had plenty of self-reflection on day one. The 38-year-old is beginning his 16th training camp with the Giants, the longest tenure of any player in the organization's history. Giants news with a bit of a local twist. Big Blue signed rookie tight end Isaiah Seawright out of Fordham. Congrats to him. In motor racing, expect significant progress to be made before this weekend's Honda Indy 200 at Mid-Ohio on a future contract for Alexander Rossi. His father and agent told NBCSports.com. IndyCar is in Mid-Ohio on Sunday. NASCAR is in Pocono this weekend. One big Alpine stage completed, just 2 more to go, and Julian Alaphilippe is still in yellow, with France yet another step closer to having a first Tour winner since 1985. He's been great thus far in the Tour de France. On to sad news from the world of boxing. Argentine boxer Hugo Alfredo Santillan died Thursday in Buenos Aires of injuries suffered in the ring during Saturday's draw. He was only 23 years old. He underwent surgery for a clot in his brain and twice went into cardiorespiratory failure before he died of cardiac arrest. That was the second boxing-related death this past week. Russian boxer Maxim Dadashev died Thursday after suffering a similar brain injury during Friday night's fight in Maryland. He was 28. If there's going to be a second fight between Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, the seeds for it may have been planted Tuesday. Mayweather and Pacquiao traded barbs on social media, with one fighter even bringing up the possibility of a rematch. 2 old guys feuding. And on a final sports roundup note, Max Holloway and Frankie Edgar will square off this weekend in UFC 240. The long-awaited match goes down Saturday in Edmonton, Alberta. Those are the headlines with the C-list for some early thoughts on the NFL. Odell Beckham Jr. put on a show for Browns fans and perhaps gave the NFL a preview of things to come this week. The Pro Bowl wide receiver, made 2 highlight reel catches on the first day of training camp, delighting a capacity crowd that was lined up outside the gate several hours before they opened. Pairing the ex-Giants standout with quarterback Baker Mayfield has fueled unbridled optimism in Cleveland and high expectations for the Browns, who went 7-8-1 last season and have not made the playoffs in 17 years. Meanwhile, finding someone to fill OBJ's shoes just got a little harder for the G-men. The main candidate to replace Beckham wideout Sterling Shepard fractured his thumb in practice Thursday. Shepard is expected to miss time, though it's unclear how long he'll be out. The Giants said Shepard will be evaluated on a week-to-week basis. The team will have to hope Shepard shows progress quickly. The regular season opens exactly 6 weeks from yesterday. I think the Browns make the playoffs this year, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants surprise many. I do think they win more than the 4 or 5 games that many naysayers have in store for them. The question is, can an 8 or 9 win season be enough? I think the Giants can go 9-7. And out in Jet camp, Le'Veon Bell took a screen pass from Sam Darnold, shifted around some would-be tacklers, and scooted down the sideline for a big game. That's the type of scenario Bell and the Jets envisioned playing out over and over again this season. And it was a positive sign for Bell, who sat out all last season during a contract dispute with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He signed a 4-year, $52.5 million contract with the Jets. In March, I expect Bell to be huge and could see the Jets winning 10 or maybe even 11 games this year. I know one thing: I would love to see the Giants and the Jets back in the postseason. Share your early NFL camp thoughts with me on social media at The Voice Bobby C. That's your look at sports. Stay tuned. More Open back after this.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. You know, but it's always the same basket, and it's always in the same place. And then she acts so surprised when I find them, but, you know, she's putting them in the same basket again. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high-five.
Hey, welcome back to Open, everyone. Our next guests are a dynamic duo that have 20 years of experience in dancing the tango. They've participated in many competitions, winning several and festivals and teaching workshops throughout Europe, South America, along with the States. And now they are teaching tango with a social spin at El Barrio's Art Space the fourth Sunday of every month. And joining us to tell us more, we welcome Paloma Berrios and Maximiliano Alvarado. Hello and welcome.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Oh my goodness. You know, the excitement of you actually being professional tango dancers and champions at that.
Yeah.
Right? Because you've won a few competitions.
Yeah, we won the first place in South Korea in 2008.
Congratulations.
And second place in the World Tango Championship in Buenos
Aires, Argentina.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
And what's lovely is that you get to exercise your craft, travel the world,
yes,
and then pass it on. So let's talk about that journey. I mean, it sounds so exciting.
It's super excited. Yeah, I'm very, it's excited because you can travel, you can know a lot of people around the world. You can, and at the same time, dance and work in the thing that you really love. it's a very, very nice experience, and we have been dancing for 23 years.
Yeah,
And more than this, been dancing with your husband. That is another challenge. Challenge.
Oh, look,
It's a big challenge.
Tell me how you feel, Maxi.
No, it's good, really. It's a good experience.
Yeah.
Well, no, I would imagine because it's a little challenging to kind of turn off the work button and be in your personal space when they're both intertwined.
Yeah. We are spending 24/7. So, and more than this, we have a daughter, so we have to split our time between be parents, be dancers, professionals, but it's a nice mix.
How old is your daughter?
16.
She's 16. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very challenging. And so,
Yeah.
is she a dancer as well?
She's in Harlem, in Dance Theater of Harlem right now.
Nice.
She's spending time for a month in New York.
Oh, lovely. So let's talk a little bit about, well, we have already established you guys are a married couple. You've been doing this for 20 years. You've won championships. You now conduct these wonderful classes that are more of like a social gathering while teaching people to dance tango. And I have to be honest, I am one of those people who has always wanted to learn how to dance tango.
Yes.
So what made you guys decide to do it in El Barrio, and particularly that space, the art space?
Art space is a very nice place that is super open to the artists around the states. And we knew each other, and finally we decided to perform and teach there. We will be performing on Sunday, 5 to 6. So everybody is welcome to be there.
The fourth Sunday
The
from
fourth,
5 to
yeah.
6.
The social dance is called milonga. Milonga is the place where everybody is going to dance and practice and new other people and socialize and with everybody. And that milonga is happening the fourth month of every the fourth Sunday of every month.
The fourth Sunday of every month. And
Yes,
so it's interesting, right? So in the dance of tango, the man takes the lead, right, Maxi?
Yeah.
I get who's in charge here.
No. He's in charge.
It's lovely, but that's where the balance is created. And of course, I'm just teasing, right? I want to make sure.
In tango, the leader proposes most, and of course he's leading, he's guiding you. He's proposing you some movements because it's an improvisation. For the social dance, you will be doing an improvisation, and for the stage, tango is more like a choreography.
It's for the people. The social dance is for us.
For
right?
you to spend time together.
That is the difference between.
And for the same reason, the leader will be proposing, and the follower will be, doing the embellishment and doing. Really looks like a woman.
Right. It's a conversation,
dancing.
No words.
Right.
That is the summary.
When you said it's for us, right? That it's like when you say it's for us. Is that because there's something going on between the the dominant and the surrender?
No,
really, it's a conversation. Really, it's no
a conversation.
Words. I say
body
her,
language.
It's very
okay,
passionate,
come on,
though, right?
Together, and she say me, okay, go with you. No, that's it. It's a conversation.
Right, and so how do you get to that place that you are able to know what each other's body is saying?
It's a long journey. For that reason, tango is hard, but at the same time it's so fun because it's the way to understand to other people, to stay together, close together, and that is the communication. We sometimes we are having some, difference because we are a couple and at the same time we are partners, dance partners. So, but it's a body language that he's proposing me something to that way, and I will understand to move to that way. So it's like a conversation. The same like that. You are stopping, I'm talking, and you are talking, I'm stopping. So it's like that. So it's a nice balance between both bodies.
Oh gosh, I'm looking forward to seeing this dance. Are you guys? Because we're going to take a quick break, and then when we return, Paloma and Maximiliano, they're going to perform for us. So don't go anywhere.
Hey, welcome back to Open. It's now time for this week's Open Artist Spotlight. Here now to perform a special Argentine tango piece, please welcome Paloma y Maximiliano. my goodness, how beautiful. Oh my goodness, that was lovely. Oh my goodness. Paloma y Maximiliano, everyone. Woo.
Thank you.
All right, while you catch your breath, I just want everybody to know Domingo Loco and Tango Milonga classes are taking place every fourth Sunday at El Barrio's Art Space located at 215 East 99th Street. And for more info, please visit palomaymaximiliano.com. That is our show today, mi gente. Thanks to all our guests for coming through and to you, our viewers, for tuning in. If you missed any part of the show, you can check out the recablecast tonight and 24 hours a day at bronxnet.tv. I'm Rhina Valentin, and from all of us here at Open, may the universe provide paz, prosperity, y amor. Adios. I'm going to get my tango on. Woo! Ready? Vamos, vamos.